So this is a charger for your phone. It's also a mount, so you can mount it on the dashboard, but it also charges your phone up at the same time. So I thought, well, that's a really good idea. I should do a review on that, so I decided to do it. I'm looking forward to this, because if it's as good as what they claim it is, I will keep it and put it in my car permanently for charging up my phone. Let's get everything out of the box first, and then we'll go through it all. So that is everything you get in the box. Let's quickly go through it. So we had the actual clamp itself. So it comes in two parts, well, it comes in three parts actually. So this will go on your dashboard first, so you need to make sure the dashboard's nice and clean. Then you place this on there, and you have to leave it for 15 minutes, apparently. That's what it says in the instructions, you have to leave it for 15 minutes. I suppose it's to make sure it's really sticky, you know, and then you clamp this, once you've removed this, to this, yeah, and it'll have an easy disconnect if you need to disconnect it for any reason, and then all you do is you push that down. So you get that, you get this, which is your bit that goes on to there, so you need to undo this. Should be quite simple anyway, I just thought we'll go through it. Put that on there, and then you push that in there, and then just do that up. And that will sit on your dashboard, providing you can get it on your dashboard. Otherwise, you might have to use this. This is an alternative option. You know your air vents, yeah? If you need to connect it through your air vent, you would use this. And again, you would do that in the same way. You would have to use this. So you'd undo that, screw that on, and yeah, put that into there. But that's an alternative. Hopefully you don't need that. They recommend you use their charger rather than use a different one, and also they recommend that you use their cable because it will give you the best experience. Some USBs, whether it be USB-C or USB, I don't know, 3.2 or whatever, may not give you the maximum conversion of power to your phone. So they recommend you use their cable. That's what they're saying. So that is everything you get in the box. Now the way this works is, obviously you know it's wireless, so it's a wireless charger. So if your phone doesn't do wireless charging, there's no point in you buying it, because it's basically just a phone holder if it doesn't do wireless charging. So basically it sits on there, you make sure you clamp it up nice and tight. You should be able to adjust these. Let me just quickly test. Yeah, so that one comes out. Let's go through it. So you can go in, out. Okay, I think you need to press them buttons. In. No, you don't. I'm not sure what them buttons do yet. And also you can adjust the bottom as well. And there is instructions on here, and it does explain, or try to explain, why you should use this, because it says you will get 9 volts or 12 volts out of this, whereas some other devices, say for instance one of these, will only give you 5 volts. That's what it's saying on there. So that's why they're recommending you use their equipment that comes with the package. Now this is the adjustment. As you can see, it goes right down there, and it won't undo unless you lift that up, because that just sits in there and locks it into place. Yeah, it goes right up there. Can't imagine you'd want it that high, but you never know, you might need it to stick out. So what we're going to be doing now is, I'm going to connect it to my car, and then we're going to do a few tests. The first one is to see how easy it is to actually install, and if it actually does what they say it does, it sticks on there. Then we're going to see how well it charges, and then we're going to go out for a test drive, because we want to see if it falls off, don't we? So with that, let's do it, shall we? I have installed it into my car, but I thought I'd take it out of the car just to show you how it works or what doesn't work if you don't do it correctly. So I'm going to show you that first. So if you use an alternative USB, this might happen to you. I'm not saying it will happen, but they do say you should use their cable. This is their cable, and this is one that's joined onto this charger. So I'm going to plug this in. Yeah, there's, and that moves in and out. I heard it move. See if I can make it do it again. There you go. See that? So that's open. So you place your phone in there, and if it doesn't close, then press the button and it should close. Yeah, it's clamped. Now these should light up, and so should the back, to say it's giving power, but it's not, because this cable is not the same as this cable. And I'm going to prove it right now. So I'm going to undo it again. So it won't come undone now. So I'm just going to take it out. Alright. See if it works now. Nope. Right, I'm going to open it up. Right, so I'm going to swap cables and use their cable that they said you should use. I'm going to plug it in. Like so. Yeah. And look, it's lighting up already. And that's moved. So we've got a green light on that side. Yes. I'm going to pick the phone on, and it clamps up automatically, and it starts charging. See that? And also it lights up the back as well. So that is now charging. So I thought I'd best show you how that works, because you may be thinking, it's not working. Why ain't it working? It worked on Yorkies. Because you're using the wrong lead. And look, see, changes colour as well. Looks quite nice actually. And it stops it falling out, although you shouldn't be doing it like that anyway. But I haven't actually tested it out on the road yet, because I want to see if it vibrates out. So I will be doing that in a bit, but I wanted to show you that. So if you want to release it, you just press one of the buttons, I think. Yeah, one button. So and it releases it. Yeah, you don't need to press any buttons when you're putting it in, but you've got to make sure it's powered up. So best off start your engine up first. So you've got the green lights, yeah, and then plug her in or push her in. It closes up automatically, so it recognises it, and it charges it up. Very easy, and it looks quite nice actually. I quite like that, yeah, like that. So now I don't have to worry about plugging in a cable into my car or into my phone to charge up my phone. I can just put it on the mount, can see what's happening, and it should automatically start charging up, and clamp it together so it doesn't fall out while I'm driving along the road. So with that, I'm going to give it a few more tests, because like I said, I need to go out on the road, you know, go over a bit of a rough surface, something like that, make sure she doesn't fall out, or even if the bracket falls out, I need to make sure it doesn't do that. I did do the 15 minutes as well. I put the 15-minute pad down first, left that for 15 minutes, then I put the clamp on. That is extremely easy to do. It's extremely hard to get it off again. So I've left it on there. I just took this bit off because that was easy to do. Just unscrew it. So I'll come back in a minute and let you know how I got on. So I've done the bump test and it didn't fall out, not at all whatsoever. It was still holding on. Although I didn't do that, obviously. I just left it on the car like you normally would anyway. And yeah, I went over quite a few bumps. It's been a few days since I've done the last bit of video, because I wanted to make sure I was happy with it, and yeah, very pleased with it. Now, a couple of things to note. One is there's a fan running, and that is to help keep things cool. You might be able to hear that. Yeah, you've got to put it close to your ear to hear it. And in a car, cars are quite noisy anyway, with the radio going or something like that. So, you know, it's not really going to upset you while you're driving. The other thing I liked about it, I'll give you an example, and something you should also note in case you decide, you know, you're going to stop somewhere, is when you turn your engine off, say for instance I pull this out, sometimes it can open up, and it does tell you that in the instructions. You know, you should take it off while it's still running, or while the engine is still on, or the ignition is still on, just in case, you know, it might suddenly open up like that and it fall out. Yeah. And one of the things I really do like, apart from it charging up my phone wirelessly, which I think is brilliant anyway, is, I'm going to show you. I've shown you this already, but I put my phone on and it closes automatically. I don't have to do nothing, and it charges up straight away. Look, it just popped up saying it's charging. There you go. Brilliant. And all the lights come on. Brilliant. Yeah. Press the button, opens it up. Yeah. One thing to bear in mind, I find it better if you start the car up first before placing your phone actually on it. I find that better because it automatically wants to clamp it. Whereas if you put it on if you put your phone on it first, say for instance like that, and then you start your ignition up, sometimes it doesn't pick it up. See what I mean? And now it has. And it's charging. I like the colours as well, a lot of different colours. Don't really notice them in the car, but you know, you might see it on the window screen or something like that, depending on how high you have it up. Mine is just to the left of my steering wheel, and it's easy to change or manoeuvre depending on how you want it. And it does wobble about a little bit, but it doesn't fall out because you've got a long arm, so it's going to wobble. So with that, definitely gets my thumbs up. If you're thinking about buying a wireless charger for your phone that's going to be in your car mounted on a permanent basis, which this one is going to be in my car permanently, this could be the baby for you. And I will put links in the video description in case you want to buy one. They might be affiliated links, but they don't cost you any more money as if you went straight to that place anyway to purchase it. It's exactly the same, but gives me a tiny little bit of kickback, and I mean tiny. So with that, if you found this video informative or useful in any way, consider subscribing. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and click the bell to be notified. Thank you very much for watching. I better put it back in the car now.